New Year's is coming. I just want to say to everyone out there that has a New Year's resolution to improve themselves in some way, any which way they can, whatever that may be. Always, if possible. But, you know, some things you just got to take one step at a time. You don't need to be told how to do things. You know how to do things. You got this, okay? You don't need somebody else to try and force you to stop or force you to start. You got this. How? Do it for a greater purpose. Do it for a greater good. Do it for your health. Do you feel like shit all the time? Or if you're on the gear, do you feel like shit all the time? Not just physically, but emotionally. Do you feel like shit even in your conscience because you know you're doing shitty little things here and there? Someone's missing out because you got a bad habit that you can't control. Gambling, alcohol, ice, pot, technology. Yeah, technology. Cars. There's all kinds of addictions. That's an addiction. That is the gateway to every addiction, right? They say tobacco or pot is the gateway drug. Depends what your class is a drug. That is the gateway to every addiction known to man. Every single one of them. You can gamble on there, you can get fucking drugs on there, you can watch porn on there. You get triggered by little on my way, alcohol ads on there. You can get addicted to fighting and squabbling and hating each other on there. You can get addicted to being a little fucking trolly gremlin on there. You can get addicted to be a dumb motherfucker on there allowing yourself to be. Fucking get here, I'm gonna have to back in. By allowing yourself to be made the dunce in the room, by letting that do all your thinking. Put your dunce's hats on, everyone. You forgot how to read, you forgot how to do sums on paper, you forgot how to show your workings out. You forgot how to use a dictionary and a thesaurus. You forgot how to make words into sentences and sentence into paragraph, and to make a paragraph a multitask, a multitask comprehension exercise. Multiple sentences to form a paragraph, and the paragraph says more than the sentence. So you can pick a couple of sentences out of a paragraph, take the sentence out from in the middle of it, and it means something completely different. Okay, a word is nothing without the sentence, and the sentence is nothing without the paragraph, and the paragraph is nothing without the story, and the story is nothing without a beginning, a middle, and an end. Whether it's true or fictional. Otherwise, you just jump into conclusions. We see that a lot with the police, don't we? Why? Because they think they can think, but they can't think at all. They have lost the ability to critically think and to form an actual picture in their head based on facts. And you cannot put the beginning and the end together without the middle. You got a beginning and an end. Okay. Let's break that down to, say, the Bernie 10 or a running race. You have a start line and a finish line. How do you get from the start line to the finish line? You need something in the middle, don't you? What's that? Effort. You have to go to the effort to create the actual truth. There's not my truth and your truth and their truth and somebody else's truth. There's only the God's honest truth. There's only one truth, and that's the truth. And the truth is what actually happened between the start line and the finish line. but without some kind of facts in the middle, all you have is a wild accusation, an assumption. You're creating charges out of thin air for people based on nothing, an assumption, based on your belief, which is formed from the lack of critical thinking. It's just there because somebody planted that seed of indoctrinated brainwashing in there. You've been brainwashed. I'm sorry, you need to undo the brainwashing. I'm not telling you that you're a bad person per se, although there is a choice to be a good or a bad person. There is a choice to educate yourself. There is a choice to use your own discernment, your own discretionary privileges. But they have to be based on morality. Everything must be based on morality. Everything, every choice you make must be based on, is this the right or the wrong thing to do? It's in there. It's not on a piece of paper. It's in there. What's on a piece of paper? It's just a pretend form. It has no form. They're just words on a piece of paper. Let's stop calling it form, shall we? Did you go to form school? No. You was taught that something was a form that isn't a form. It has no form. Sorry, I better be careful. I'm going to break everybody. But I think that's what we need to do. Everybody needs to break a little bit, so they can have a look at all the pieces and go, I don't need that bit. I should never have had that bit. Put yourself back together and realise you're an entirely different looking picture. You've been put together wrong. You're like a Lego kit that somebody put together with their own thing in mind. A couple of different Lego kits put together, and you was put together wrong. And that's why I keep falling apart. Oh, I'm going to have to vacuum. Cat head. What have you done, Cat? It's like you've just done this cool on the couch and there's just hair everywhere. Alright, it's... There's another one. There's another one just like the other one. And it comes another one just like the other one. It's everywhere. That's what when I was... Because I'll scratch myself, I get stuck in my whiskers. And it's like static. And it annoys the fucking daylights out of me. Yeah, I'm eccentric. I'm not mad. I'm not unhinged. I'm not crazy. It's called British eccentricity. Not electricity. You know what I mean? I haven't got a dicky knee. British oh my God, I can't even get my words out. British eccentricity. You know, the eccentricity of the British. British people are a little bit eccentric, you know. I have a lot of British in me. Welsh, actually. It's Welsh. I've got a lot of Welsh in me. Aye. No, that almost went Irish, didn't it, aye? You're dead like that. I do have a lot of Welsh in me. What are you going to do over there, Grandad? Probably because my mum was born in Cardiff, Wales. My mum was born in Cardiff. No, she wasn't born in Cardiff. She was anyone thinks she was born in Dublin, wouldn't you think? Dublin. Haven't been to Dublin for years. When was you there last? Oh, fucking never. But I'd like to go there. Why? Oh, they have good points of lager. I'd like a lager from Dublin. You gotta have a laugh, come on. People take themselves too serious. That's the problem. Everyone's can't do this. The Grinch is a fairy tale. You don't have to act like the Grinch, and you don't have to be the Grinch 24/7, 365. You know, like I'm going to use the C word here. So those who are offended by sounds that have no bad intent, you go la 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 for a little bit. There are two types of cunts in this world. There's good cunts and shit cunts. Stop being a shit cunt. Nobody likes a shit cunt, but everybody respects a good cunt. Hey, brah. I don't even know where I was going with this. I don't really care. I have a lot to talk about, a lot to get off my chest, I have a lot to say. But not really anyone to say it to around here. Why? It's not really about me. It's not about me. It's not all about you either. It's because I need to stay away from the bad crabs that drag people back into the crack bucket. I'm surrounded by them around here. I'm surrounded by them. So, gee, police, you're doing a real great job, aren't you? You're doing a real great job of just putting band-aids on the symptom over and over and over again. Like, you're trying to make the problem go away by treating the symptoms. It's just like an infection that keeps recurring or coming back, right? Or a gaping wound, like an actual flesh wound, expecting a band-aid to fix it. You're following bad orders because they're clearly not working. I'm 52 and I've been watching you do it my entire life. Same as the generation before me and the generation before that, and surely everybody's heard the Ronald and Nancy Reagan speech of just say no marijuana, and that was about marijuana. Pretty sure Ronald Reagan was a drunk, wasn't he? Kind of like Winston Churchill was a drunk. Yeah, nice try, hypocrite. It's not just about just saying no, it's about trying to stay away from it. Now, there's an old saying, which is true. If you want to get away from the bad kids... Oh yeah, I just reeled it in, remembered where I was going with this. Exactly where I'm going. If you want to fix your life, you've got to stop playing with the bad kids. Because there's that other saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your life. I'll show you your future. See how they're deadbeats? Yeah. You're one of them. Well, I'm not one of them. Sure you are. They're your friends. You're their friend. You're one of them. Now, because the system is absolutely incapable of actually fixing the problem, because that's not in the system's best interest. Fixing the problem stops a revolving door of revenue and stops a whole bunch of people fighting and squabbling with each other. And geez, if people started to actually work together and realise that the system is irrelevant and is not needed and is without form, without power, it's not just useless, it's detrimental to us. And they might become irrelevant, and they know this, okay? Why do you think you keep getting manipulated and gaslit and fucked around with? Stop kicking the system in the teeth. The system. Sorry. Erase that bit. It came out completely backwards, inside out and sideways. Stop kicking the symptoms in the teeth. Stop treating the symptoms like shit. Stop holding people down from helping themselves by allowing them to stay there, by continuously giving them everything they need to stay there and nothing they need to get back up. You are part of the problem because you're milking the system. You figured out one little piece of the system on how it benefits you, and you're stroking your own ego saying, look what I'm doing. You're like you're like, what's his name? Claw. The boss of the mad agents on Inspector Gadget, stroking his weird little ego pet. Ever noticed on those sorts of kids shows and some of their movies, they always have some kind of weird pet? That's their ego, and they're always stroking it. That's their ego. That's the representation of their ego. All of you charities out there, that's saying you charities. That Liam Neeson ad, you know what this is? This is a miracle. Fuck off, you're stroking your own ego. Stroking your own ego in the name of what? You found a way to milk it. The UNICEF, who found a way to milk the system through philanthropy that's not really philanthropic at all. If you can become a fucking multi-billionaire of charity, it's not fucking helping anyone but yourself, is it? Bill Gates, the Clintons, Bezos, Musk, Trump, the royal family. City Mission, Red Cross, Salvation Army, St Vincent de Paul's, Anglicare, which are all, a lot of the last mentioned there are all little tax-free havens that are government funded, run by tax-exempt church foundations that just pull in money from every direction. Did you know also, here's one for you, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, right? They get an annual government allocation of funding, right? Which is our taxes. Let's not kid ourselves. There's no such thing as government funded, because government doesn't have money. They take ours and give that. They use our money. It's not theirs, it's ours. They get their annual funding, same as all these fucking privatised job network providers are providing you with fuck all, while the fat cunts who can't even fit their fucking arse in a chair sit there telling you to go and do a job that you're incapable of doing because your knees are crippled or whatever. I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. These charities, so-called charities, they also get an allocated amount of funding from the Vatican. Catholic Care, all of them. They all get money from the Vatican. Why? It's a way of putting money into a system that creates more revenue, that creates more tax-free and tax-exempt return of funding to their donors, which creates more work for people like, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, through their vaccination programs. It's all a fucking scam. It's all a scam. You feel like you're doing something good, but you're not. You're ripping everyone off. Everyone is putting money into that and never seeing it again. Money that's printed from nothing, by the way. Even in cash itself, there's not even a third of what there is in ones and zeros. Digital money. We already have a digital currency. Sorry to burst your bubble there. We've been in a digital currency for a long, long time. It's just hidden behind paper. A system, another system, another. Can you see my pattern brain unfolding here? Am I starting to draw a picture for you? Got this cat here. Floating around in the air everywhere. Oh, look at it. As far as charity goes, how about we call it a different name? That'd be a good idea. Get rid of the name welfare. I mean, listen, the biggest welfare cheats are the corporations that lobby governments to keep the system alive. The system that doesn't exist, really. It's a scam. It's a conspiracy of sorts. And you're all so sucked in by it. Like, blanket legislature, and you think it's law. The commandments and doctrines of men. How many of you people claim to be Christians? You claim to be Christians. We need another name for Christianity. I mean, well, no we don't. Christianity is a religion. But Christ isn't. Christ was a person. Christ was a man. Okay? Yahuwah was a man. Jason without the J. Because there's no J in the Aramaic or Hebrew language, by the way. Joshua. If you invent the J, you have Joshua. Oh, never thought of that, did you? But what language does have a J in it? Let me think now. Let me think. Latin. Roman Latin and Greek Latin has J, but Aramaic and Hebrew does not. I was given a chance here to jump in while I was searching for the file in my own head that already knew the answer. I think I need to defrag my hard drive. There you go, defragged. There goes a politician now. Spelt P-L-O-V. Plumber. Plumber. You ever watched a bunch of plumbers all getting around the front lawn all squawking at each other? That's Parliament question time and Senate estimates and their little arguments in the upper and lower house. The theatre. The political theatre. In the theatre of war, the political theatre. Did you ever want any more evidence that it's just all for show? It's all for show. Because it's the political theatre. The theatre of war. They had a name for those people once. Criminals and snake oil salesmen. It's all snake oil, y'all. So, anyway, full circle. Reeling it back. if you have New Year's resolutions, why do you need a new year to do it? Why are you waiting? Giving up the alcohol, after a little while, people will notice the change in you, you will notice the change in your health, and you will even notice that people start to talk to you again. People will notice a kind of a kindness in you. They will notice some humility because you will start to feel humble. It will humble you. You stop being a couch potato, good for nothing stoner. Your house will start to get clean. Your lawns will get mowed. You'll start dressing properly and taking care of your hygiene properly. You'll start eating better. You will have a bit more Bugs Bunny in the old skyrocket to spend at the fucking clippity clop. Well, you'll have more money in your pocket to spend at the shop. You know, that agreed upon exchange of value in the form of little bits of paper and metal dowel with a face punched in one side and tails on the other. Yeah. Moved into the suburbs. I don't know if anybody realises this or not, but remember how all crackheads on the air, on the ice, they all end up gaunt, sucked in faces and skin and bone. Don't see many rattling bone crackheads anymore, do you? Like I said before, it ain't what you think it is. It's not what you're addicted to fentanyl. You're not addicted to ice at all. There's no ice in it, hardly. It may as well be really low-grade LSD mixed with fentanyl. Fentanyl with a couple of drops of mushrooms put in it. With microdose. May as well be. May as well be MDMA with fentanyl in it. Did you ever think that that's what you're getting? Fobbed off as ice? The fentanyl takes the yellow out of the MDMA crystal? It's not what you think it is. Because you're not... You're fucked up. Fat junkies, who ever heard of it? A fat junkie. There's fat junkies everywhere. There's junkies with pot bellies and everything. There's junkies that can't get the jeans to stay up because their hips are fucking... Their hips are hidden under fucking 10 pound of fat. Getting around with their ass crack hanging out. Who'd have thunk? A junkie with a double chin? Fuck, I know junkies with 3 chins. I know junkies that can't find their nipples because they're tucked under there. They got A-cup fucking man boobs. Moobs. If you ever wanted a good reason to quit, that's it. Because you're running around thinking you're getting on the gear. No, you're not getting on the gear. It's got just enough in it to register on the old wiki. How is it you think that you can go and have a taste or roll the old fucking glass Harley, and if you get nailed on the licky, look, don't get me started on PRC testing. Yeah, okay, get me started. But why do you think it's coming up with OP, which is short for opiates, opioids, and AMPH, amphetamines? Why are you testing positive for both? This is not what you think it is. Now, we all know that the lick test is a PRC test, right? That we know. That's established. It's a PRC test. Now, back when old Mr. 19 was getting around, how many people were throwing false positives and false negatives? How many of you have been happy with the lick and swab test and haven't bothered to go to hospital for the blood test? Because, they do the lick test, and then you go to the cop shop and they do a swab test, and it changes colour. Oh, the crystals change to a different colour in the jar. It's all PRC testing. False positives, false negatives. That clown that came here that day trying to physically force me to take a lick test, physically, like, he tried to molest me, because that's molestation. There's another name for that, it's rape. But, we'll just stick to what it is at law. In the law that everyone has the right to live, travel, and the right to earn a living unmolested under the law to right to autonomy, which is why Jehovah's Witnesses and so forth, certain sects, I know it's bad, no teeth, have a thing where they will not accept a blood transfusion or organ donations because they might be getting blood or an organ from a sinner. Look, that's just their rule, it's not mine, that's how it is. They might be getting blood or an organ from somebody that was possessed by a demon. Who knows, perhaps it's a way of attachment. Who knows? I'm not going to say yay or nay on that. I don't have the expertise to make that judgment call. But that's the right to autonomy. You cannot force anything in or out of anyone's body because it's theirs, not yours. So why are you letting them take your property? It's yours, not theirs. How many Jehovah's Witnesses have had vaccinations? There's a name for that. Say it with me. Hypocrite. It's a stupid religious belief. It's got nothing to do with Christ. Simple. Stop trying to replace bad habits with other habits that probably aren't good for you. Stop trying to replace bad habits with pride and ego and self-worship. It doesn't work. Because you constantly need that validated externally by somebody else. And then you start drawing your own morality from within you because, look at me, I've done this, you did fuck all. You didn't do anything. All you did is replace one bad habit with somebody that's not actually you. You're pretending to be someone you're not. I'm trying to help you out here, guys. I have tried to quit things in every which way but loose. You know what I mean? I've tried and I've stumbled and I've failed and tripped over myself so many times, but I've never felt as relieved and free as I have now. And if you go back to the start of my videos, you can see how my health has been coming back. You can see it. It's not that long since my last little drag of the foot up the back of the wagon. Why? I gave myself a couple of years to bury some hurt. To bury some hurt while I found myself, my true self. And I had to acquiesce to a higher authority than one that you'll find on this planet, on this earth. A much higher authority to find myself. To have no shame. To not hide shame with foolish pride. To not to pretend to be something or somebody that I'm not. Because that's what you're doing with addiction. You're hiding from yourself. That's all you're doing. You're hiding from yourself. You're hiding from the poor choices that you've made that have fabricated your false reality. All you people chasing the stick with the fucking $100 note on it. You know, the $100 note that's dangling on a stick that you just can't reach. You're a junkie for money. You're an addict. Get some help. Some real help. You're not going to get it from somebody who's never been there. You're not going to get it from someone who is still there. Really, not really. You'll get some advice. Someone who's never been there, you're not going to get any useful advice. You're just going to get textbook bullshit. Catchphrases. And a sponsor who's probably struggling just as hard as you. So that's the blind leading the visually impaired, don't you think? Do it for the greater good. And if you want any incentive to come to that realisation, how do you feel physically? How do you feel emotionally? How do you feel spiritually? Has you got brain fog? Is your brain not real sharp? For those addicted to money, how do you feel emotionally, really? How do you feel spiritually? Because most people that are addicted to money have a secondary addiction. Because when they can't get around and swim in their pile of money like Scrooge McDuck, they need to sit in their den and drink expensive whiskey. They drink alone. A lot of those people drink alone. Or they're addicted to the medication that their doctors prescribe them all their life that they just can't seem to kick. But because their doctor keeps prescribing it, they think they need it. You really don't need that Oxycontin, you know. Bad for you. There are other ways of dealing with physical pain. There are other ways of dealing with emotional pain. There are other ways of dealing with the loneliness that you bought yourself. Oh, you own that loneliness. You own it outright. You've got the receipts. All bought and paid for. Those kids that only ever call you when they want something. You bought that. All bought and paid for. You got the receipts. The receipts are them spoilt little brats that keep harassing you for money. And while they spoilt little brats, you spoilt them. You ruined them. See, being a spoilt brat isn't exactly what you think. Yeah, they're an arsehole to everyone. Nobody likes a spoilt brat. But you did it to them. You just gave them everything rather than just being present. What sort of a present do you want, guys? What sort of a present do you think is the best present for Christmas? Everyone to be present? Or something in a box that can be replaced and broken and replaced again and the novelty wears off? It's always the same thing over and over and over again. The people who are actually living life, they have a different conversation for each other every day. It's a new experience. And then you share that in your presence. By the way, I don't have a messianic, a messiah complex, whatever you call it. I'm not messianic. I'm just me. I'm me, humbled. Properly humbled. I don't need you to humble me and tell me to shut up. Alright? I'm humbled in the sense that I don't have any fear or shame of what you think of me. What you think of me is none of my business. Here's another bit of New Year's resolution for all you people stuck in social media land, like your Facebook, OnlyFans, TikTok, Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, formerly known as... I like that one. Is Elon Musk going to turn himself into a symbol like Prince, formerly known as? Oh, don't go there, Dave. You don't need anybody's validation, guys. Okay? For you depressed people that think that you're less than, that's the system pushing down on you. System of a down. Get it? One of their songs, I'll just briefly sidetrack. Oh, remember that? Is it Aerials? Which is about transhumanism. That song came out and that clip came out quite a while back. Go check it out. By System of a Down. So these people that are feeling down, pushed down, pressured down, depressed, you don't need anybody else's validation to be happy. To feel contentment. You see, I've got to get this vacuum done in a minute. I'm covered in cat hair. It's fucking driving me nuts. Look at it all. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. I don't know. Get close enough. Look at all that. I'm covered in cat hair. You don't need anybody else's validation, clicks, likes and thumbs up. My channel's not monetized. I don't give a shit who clicks on what. This is no consequence to me. I'm quite happy in my own company because I know I'm never alone. I know I'm never alone. Does it matter if it's a cat? Does it matter if it's me chickens out the back? Does it matter if it's just me in the garden? I'm surrounded by God. I'm happy like that. Like, that's bliss. That's contentment. Once you realise that just being content is far better than chasing happiness all the time, that extreme emotion of happiness, just basic in the middle contentment, that's bliss. Sadhguru, whatever his name is, Sadhguru, he talks about this all the time. Contentment, I think he's more of the Mother Nature type. I don't care what you call God. It's the intent. I don't care what you call your God. It doesn't matter. I've learnt that from TJ, Bear Independent. It doesn't matter. It's the intent behind your words. I don't care if you call him Stephen. or Guijibo. Call him whatever you like. It's the intent. The intent to the God of gods, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, the Creator of all, the Most High. It's the intent. Like us Aussies. Cunts are mates and mates are cunts, and neither of them are a fucking insult. Until it's actually intended as an insult. It's the intent of the context. You don't need anyone's validation, guys. You're better than you realise. You are so much more than that. This is my gift to you. You are so much more than that. Doesn't matter if we're not even compatible. If you don't like me, I don't care. You're so much better than what you think you are. You're so much more. You are more than just a source of tax revenue for a system. You're more than a haircut, the latest fashion of clothes. You're more than the latest iPhone. The latest iPhone, you don't want it. You don't want that shit. It's bad for you. Why? Because another one comes out. You know, the latest iPhone that everyone run around and get with all the health bullshit on it because RFK is going to tell you it's good for you when all it is a complete and utter biometric tracking system of everything. Because it all goes to a cloud which ends up into a data farm. They're farming your data mining, the data centres. Your biometric data is the new oil in a new currency. It's still money. It's a currency system. It always has been. It's a currency system. Doesn't matter whether it's shekels, dollars, pounds, a metric system, tuppences and threepences and halfpennies, Bitcoin. Doesn't matter what it is, it's still a currency system. It is being part of the beast system. It's been the beast system all along. It's been the beast system all along. It's just about to go biometric, that's all. To where you can be locked out of it. In a way, choosing to be locked out of it is how you find heaven. My God, it tells you that. In Revelation it tells you that. But we don't have to, it's not the end of the world, you see. Revelation isn't what you think it is. Once everyone ends up, I don't know if I should even say this. I really don't know if I should even say this, because this gives the baddies, the demonics, what they need to get around the solution somehow. I don't know. No, God's got this. Eventually we're all going to end up like we got the line coming at us, okay, the line I talk about. We're all going to have to step over it sooner or later, in one way or another. Those who choose to step over it and then just fucking walk away, or those who walk away before the line gets to us, even better. Those who partake of the beast won't find heaven. Heaven on earth, okay, the Lord's Prayer. Come on, people. How many different people in how many different ways have to tell you something that's really fucking simple? Eventually everyone ends up locked out of the system. Huh? We don't all get our heads fucking cut off. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe... No. Mankind's just going to keep going on because the planet doesn't die. I don't believe that, no. see, it is so easy. Look at this. Look at it from this point of view. How much legislature, executive legislature, has been drawn up over the last few decades that have created criminals out of nothing. You know, I've got to hand my gun in now, otherwise I'm a criminal. Why are you a criminal for owning a firearm? How can you be a criminal for owning something? For owning a tool, unless you use that tool to do something bad with it. You're just somebody that owns a tool that somebody else doesn't want you to have. Why don't they want you to have it? Who gives them the right to tell you what you can and can't have, as long as you're not hurting anybody else? Okay, so don't be scared of this. I was for a bit, up until really recently. I still am concerned, very concerned, about what sort of hardships for how long that people have to go through before everyone figures out that, hey, we're all starting to get locked out of the system. We're going to have to just start being mankind again. We're going to have to just start helping each other without the beast system, without the currency. Ooh. Because if we don't, like you... Bloody cat. I'm going to do it in a minute. I'm coming up to an hour. This is my... They've been getting longer and longer, haven't they? Just think about, if I'm not doing this to me, how much time am I dedicating to you? Because I'm not doing it for me. I'll be fine. My kids will be fine. We'll just be doing it differently. Okay? The only thing that really bothers me is that without the system we don't get our self-entitlements. We'll be booted out of our homes or whatever because we won't be supporting the system financially, the economic system, economics, Trumponomics, Albaneseonomics. Albanese Scrooge. What, that one? Ebenezer Scrooge? Get it? Oh, okay. See what I did there? Oh, Penny the Pig. Oh, I'm sorry, Penny Pig. Some people in Tassie will get that. The ugliest female cop you ever saw that would let you off your fines if you done things for her. See, we're going for years. I was a teenager when people used to talk about Penny the Pig. I'm not going to get crude on it. I've got a picture in my head I really don't need. Get out. Oh, don't want that one. Instead of being proud of your own accomplishments, which, by the way, without the gifts given you, you would never have been able to accomplish. The gift of sight, the gift of speech, the gift of free will to think critically, the gift of yod, hands and arms and feet, the gift of mobility, the gift of this here meat wagon. Ever think about a present? It's not about the box, is it? It's what's in the box. The greatest gift of all is you. That's why you're so much more than this. You're so much more than a system. You're a gift. You are a gift to yourself. Get up and go get him, Tiger. Go on. You don't need anyone's permission to live. That's the prerequisite. That's why he was given the gift of life, to live it. But go and do it. Stop asking people's permission to live. You don't need anyone's permission to live. Just don't trespass. Don't trespass against people. See, you got trespass, sin, and debts in the Lord's Prayer. They've all been used. Forgive us our debts as we have already forgiven our debtors. Forgive us our sins as we have already forgiven those who have sinned against us. Forgive us our trespasses as we have forgiven those who have trespassed against us. All three of those have been used in various forms of the Lord's Prayer, and they're all true. It's the intent. If we don't forgive them, we keep bitterness in our heart and we keep fighting and squabbling, and it never ends. To forgive them is to move on, to walk away from it. I forgive you. I don't need to fight with you anymore because it's bad for me. You do what you like. I'm going this way and I'm going to live life. I'm going to end it on that.